Hi guys. I know I said I would upload all of those videos of a few years ago before I was a Christian, but I was just so busy at work and I didn't have the time. So I'm doing the second video now. So I've just uploaded it and I've named that one Confused Before Christ Part 2 video series. So I've just got notes again here on my laptop, so I'm just kind of going to scroll through and read them because this was my reaction after watching it. So I've written, so all of us are high. My friend, so I've already spoken to my friend here. She knows that I'm uploading it and I've already let her know, this is not against her. I'm just simply showing my journey, my spiritual journey, how I've come to Christ and what I believed in before and how kind of confused I was at that time, and she just happens to be part of this video. So all of us are high in this video. Like, we've all been smoking a lot of weed, and my husband, her and myself, we're drinking as well. So that's already like another red flag, because it's not that you can't go out and drink as a Christian, but we're representing Jesus, and it's, how do we show that we've overcome, a lot of the bad things in this world and shown that we're a new creation when we're still sort of following what the world does. So even though I do drink sometimes, I just don't think it's, how am I showing that I've changed and I've become better when I'm filming a video about spirituality and I'm high and drunk on the video? Young kids could be watching this. It's not really something to be flaunting out in the open. So my friend straight off the bat holds up a pyramid symbol. Not, anyone can make symbols with their hands, but I'm pretty sure anyone watching this would be awake enough to know that the occult uses symbols heavily, and the Freemasons use symbols heavily, and the pyramid is just another New Age symbol. So it's kind of, I think it's on like the dollar bill, with like the eye in the middle, like the all-seeing eye, basically. So it just goes back to like ancient Egypt and Babylon. So the topic is source, what we believe to what is in control of the universe. So again, I don't know why we all kept using this term, but that was what we thought God was. Sorry, this camera is like, I'm holding it really awkwardly. I might just pop it down. No, I like it up here. So we're asking questions about souls and our purpose and who is controlling that. So you can see, like, we're so open to something being in control, or a greater being sort of creating us, but we just don't really know like what it is. So that's the stage that we were at. Let's see. So at this point of my journey and my husband's, we are just seeking answers, but allowing all types of philosophy and mixed spiritual themes guide our answers in the discussion. So when you sort of are going down this spiritual path, from my experience was, you're not really looking for the truth of the world. You're sort of looking for what fits with you and what fits in with your lifestyle, and what religions can you be a part of that allow you to do certain things that you like to do in your life. And that's where I was then, and I can just see now that I've found, I went deeper and I wanted to know, okay, not is this some God that has powers, like, who is the real creator, who created me, who created the earth, not can these things be possible, like in New Age, where we're just sort of seeing, ooh, what does meditation do, and what is what's it called, when you can control yourself in your sleep, astral projection and stuff like that. Like, in those kinds of beliefs, you're just sort of seeing what can the human body open itself up to and what can the human mind open itself up to. But now that being a Christian, I've just seen that it's not about what I want, it's about what the truth is. And the truth is that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and he came down here as a human to basically die for all of us because we're imperfect and we couldn't keep the law. And he created everything, and everything, this life is not about us, it's about him and returning back to him eventually. So my husband says source craves existence. Where it can be, it will evolve to where it is. That just didn't make sense to me when I was listening to that, but yeah. We talk about the matrix, which in a sense kind of makes sense concerning the reality that we're stuck in as far as a hierarchy controlling the way humans exist, a sort of bubble of perceived safety and organisation. So yeah, I guess at that point we were sort of very protesty, like we understood that we are under this law, which isn't bad. Like, having a law is good. We need structure. We need things that keep us organized and functioning, but like we are so dependent on it. Like, I think people always are like, yeah, let's go live off grid and like stuff the government, like we can live on our own and be sustainable and grow our own food. But it's like, it's past that stage. Like, it's all polluted. Like now I've been watching a few videos where I know that they're kind of honing in on getting rid of videos that say certain words, and so I'm gonna have to just spell some of these out. So like the CHEMTRAILS that are in the sky, they're the particles in that, they're coming down, they're going all over the plants, all over the soil, we're breathing it in. So even that is polluted. So like, it doesn't even matter if we want to grow our own food, like that's like ruined now. The water we're drinking is ruined now. My friend goes on to ask if the source is a ball of light, and essentially what is it? So we haven't yet figured out that God is an actual person. He's not a thing or a ball of light. This is how a lot of New Age thinkers explain their idea of God, which is like understandable. Like, even as a Christian, I've never seen God face to face. No one's seen God face to face because we are separated from him. That happened, after Adam and Eve. We separated. We can't see him. He is holy. He's perfect. And we are broken and imperfect and full of sin. Sorry, that just like cut out. I don't know where I was up to. Oh, right. So how we were sort of asking, like, is God a ball of light or is he like energy? So in the Bible, he explains he's a he. He's not an it. There's three parts to him. There's God the Father, God the Son, Jesus, and God the Holy Spirit, who comes to live inside us once we accept Jesus. And it is confusing to explain. It is confusing to understand. Like, I didn't really understand it at the start, but I kind of, just like a human, we're made up of different parts. We've got a soul, a spirit, our mind, we've got our outside body, separated. It's all still me, but there's different parts of me that make up me. So, and I think it's kind of cool, that he's not just up there. We've got his spirit inside of us, guiding us. Jesus came down as a human, so we've got to experience God as this sovereign, spirit outside of us that we know is there. We've got to, well, not me, but back when Jesus was around on earth, they got to see him as a human. And now after his death, we now have his spirit inside of us. So we've got all these different components, different parts of God that we get to have, which is really cool. What else? I go on to answer from my own point of view that I think the source appears to people as they need it to appear. It's kind of creepy when you think about it, because we know that demons, can appear to people as angels of light. In the Bible it says that, and no wonder, because Satan himself can transform into an angel of light. So a lot of people probably get these, what they think are revelations, when really they're talking to evil spirits. When people are meditating, they think that they're like transcending, but their mind is so empty from them sitting still in concentration that they are opening themselves. There's, and even people that are not Christian, that are spiritual, know that there's another side. There's a spiritual side. There's a veil that is covered that we can't see. There's things around us, there's spirits around us. And when you're meditating, that's opening spiritual doors for them to come in. And so when I've said the source appears to people as they need it to appear, that is so dangerous, that is so scary, because that's what demons and spirits do. So, and God can show himself in different ways, but I think rarely it will be, like we see God in nature and stuff. We know when we see the rainbow that's part of God's promise. Sometimes he can give people spiritual dreams, but I think that was really dangerous to say that. We start talking about Mother Earth, another New Age philosophy. The Bible clearly shows that God created all things, including nature. There is no Mother Earth. My husband says, source could be right in front of us or in the middle of the earth. So we still aren't quite getting it. We're so confused, just trying to get any theories out that we can. So I then go on to talk about star systems and how humans originate from a star system. I don't even know where my head was at that point, but I must have just been researching anything and everything. I know the Bible does talk about some constellations, I think, or star systems, but that was just getting a bit wacky saying that we come from that. We start talking about positivity and positive talk and manifesting. Again, this can be really dangerous, because the positive affirmations and the just doing everything positively, that can get you away from the reality of things. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the reality that you're living in or in that moment isn't necessarily pleasant, and to talk your way out of it using positive affirmations and stuff is just kind of denial, and I can see that now. And it's not to say that you can't wake up and be like, I feel good and I'm not going to let anything ruin my day, but you shouldn't deny things that are coming at you if they're necessarily negative. I think I was watching a video from this girl that I subscribe to, Jesus is Truth, and she sort of used the example, like, say you've just broken your leg and it hurts, and it's in like a cast, and you just keep talking yourself out of it, just saying, oh no, it's not broken, it doesn't hurt, like that's just sort of like lying to yourself. I don't really understand that. Like, talking things doesn't make them come true. That's like saying that we're God. We don't have the power to manifest things into being. Like, that's God's job. We shouldn't be doing that. That can be really dangerous. And same with visualization, using meditative techniques and auras and like creating mood boards and you know, a lot of people do that, and I used to do that. I used to do that all the time, and it's great to sort of want to plan your life out and to know what you want, but to go beyond that and think that you putting pictures of it or you repeating it over in your head is going to make it happen. That's sort of messing with God's plan for you. Vibration. So I must talk about vibration. And my friend also says vibration is key. Yeah, I used to be really into like, no, bad vibes, stay away from me, and I need to raise my vibration. And you know, the other day at work, and I love her to death, this girl at work, but she's very into the new age, and she's a bit older than me, and I think I was complimenting her. I was just saying, oh, I watched this movie last night and you reminded me so much of her. And she started touching my shoulder, and I said, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just vibing off you. I need to get the energy off you. And like, it was too busy. I didn't have time just to kind of say anything, because I know that that's what she believes in already. But I was like, oh, like that's kind of weird. Like, you can't just take my energy off me. Like, that's not a thing. Like, I'm feeling how I'm feeling and you're feeling how you're feeling. You can't just take my energy off me. It's kind of strange. I start saying in conversations, depending on a person's mood, you can take on their energy. Listening to this now, it's kind of like how Christians know that people have various spirits latch onto them depending on what doors they've opened to entities or generational curses. You're inevitably talking to that spirit in that moment. So, yeah, I think I feel so refreshed now knowing, because I used to get so down on myself and think, why are people so mean to me all the time when all I give to people is love and kindness and happiness and smiling, and you know, I'm always so polite, and it's like people hated that. And now that I'm Christian and I have the Holy Spirit living inside of me, it's like I know that evil spirits can detect that. The ones that are living inside people, latched onto people for whatever reason, can sense that about me instantly, and it's like they like the demons in them are just putting up this defense straight away. And like sometimes when my husband and I have like a fight or something, and he this rage or anger comes over him, and I have to step back and think, that's not even Trav that I'm talking to. That's the spirit of anger or the spirit of rage, and I'm not going to even deal with that. And sometimes you have to rebuke that stuff, and you know, Trav's a believer, so I can do that, but you shouldn't be casting demons out of unbelievers, because that's very dangerous stuff to get into, and you really should know what you're doing when you're doing that. And to do that to unbelievers can be really dangerous. So I then talk about ascension and moving into higher dimensional levels. So again, I was super into like chakras. I was really into raising my vibration, raising levels, getting into deeper states of meditation, things like that. And I start talking about souls and reincarnation and the golden age. So I think that was when I was watching, what's his name? David Wilcox, and he was all about the golden age and things like that. So we all have a soul, and in the Bible it talks about, you know, basically Satan is trying to get as many souls as he can damned and lost and not know Jesus. But ultimately it's God who owns our souls and our spirits, and Jesus bought us with a price, with his life. And you know, I think like celebrities talk about like selling their soul. I don't think their soul is actually taken from them. I think it's more of a metaphor. I mean, I could be wrong about that. and reincarnation, that's so dangerous to, you know, I think my friend, the one I always talk about at work, she said to me, do I believe in reincarnation? And no, I don't, but I used to. Yeah, nowhere in the Bible does it talk about us having past lives or moving on after this world and becoming like an animal or something like that. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me now. I've written, lastly, magicians. I don't know what that... I don't remember talking about magicians. Well, we know they're bad. I mean, they're always doing little tricks like levitating and stuff, and I know straight away if I see something levitating, that is completely demonic, and God does not want people levitating. That's just creepy and demonic. That's all I've written on my notes for that, so sorry, I feel like that's kind of rushed. And this video did get interrupted, so I'm gonna have to put 2 videos together, which might take some time because I'm not very good at editing, so sorry. But yeah, when I get more time, I'll try and post the last video, which is, I think it's, oh yeah, it'll be all 3 of us again. My friend Shrav and me again, all talking about, like, what's the next one about? Money, DNA, and Earth. So I think that was when I was into flat Earth, so stay tuned for that one, because that's gonna be funny. Alright, I think that's it, guys. I will see you soon.